From Jacksonville to Old Key West, down where the sun...
Okay, we have our trusty old fallen down piece of map here. As you can see, this is the Miami area here. Now the only way to this is all Everglades National Park down here, and it comes out towards the Keys and goes back in. The only way to get to it from Miami, US 1 or the Turnpike, and it goes into Homestead. From Homestead it goes through little back roads and you get to the main gate. But it's pretty deceiving, because where the main gate's at, it's like 40 miles. It's about an hour back to here, where the ramps and the fishing are. Now, as far as where the ramps and stuff are, one of them is for the inside, which will go in here, Whitewater Bay area. The other one comes outside. And here, I use a lot of charts, mainly what's called Top Shot. They're a good rule of thumb a lot of times on where to fish and things like that. Boat ramps are good for, and all kinds of stuff like that. So this one here is for the Everglades National Park area. And Flamingo, as I said, here is Flamingo. It's a campground here. Here's the ramps. Now a lot of times when here's the road that comes in. So what I plan on doing is fishing Westlake. As you can see, it's kind of all the red in there, and it's showing snook, redfish, trout. So I've never been in there. We've stopped and looked at the road, but there's a little pond off to the side. I never realized this was a whole big lake back in here. So I'm going to try that. But then you come down further. This area in here is called Snakebite. Years ago we used to fish a lot of this on the outside for little tournaments and stuff going around, but where these channels are, and we used to anchor up for trout mainly. You can get some snook, some redfish in here, but from here to out here it's a long way, and if this water gets chopped up, it turns horrible. So it doesn't need much wind, and it either gets looking like chocolate milk or real white, like a turquoisey blue. You could tell it's stirred up pretty good. So we got to the point where we rarely ever fish outside just because of that. We always go, actually there's a canal that goes through there. We'd run up through there, go up to this Coot Bay, and then there's another canal that goes through. Usually we fish this whole area in here, all in here. And we always do pretty well. Redfish, not really snook. We have caught some, but snappers, trout, all that in there. And that's usually about all we fish. Rare do we go any further. I mean, if you look, this is a big area. It goes out through there, and they're showing all kinds of stuff out there. But there's another area up here. There's one in here called Hell's Bay that you could take. It's a little channels all throughout to get to here, but it's like 6 miles of them little bitty channels to get through there. So I've never done that, but we fished a lot of this, and mainly in here though. So anyway, this is where I'm going to start out at on Wednesday, and they're calling for the weather to be good, low wind and stuff, so we'll see. I mean, I've been lied to before, so we'll see what happens, and we'll go from there. So until then, that's the game plan. The campground down there, I'll walk you around it when I get there, and we'll show you a little bit more. So we'll see you. Good morning. It's a nice mid-February day. Low's about 70. It'll be getting up in the mid-80s today. Today I left my house at about 6 o'clock this morning. I'm driving right now, heading towards Flamingo, which is in Everglades National Park. Going through farm country right now. They ain't got nothing planted here, but Right now I'm in the Redlands or Homestead area. To get down here, I had to leave early because of the traffic. You take the Turnpike extension coming down and going through Miami. It's just, you have to leave early to get through all that mess. So I did pretty good. Took me an hour to get down to Homestead, and now I'm headed towards the front gate at Everglades National Park. There's a couple places I'm going to try. I've never had the kayak down before. We've had the flats boat quite a few times here. It depends. I mean, where we fish with the flats boat is too far to go with the kayak, so I'm going to try some other spots. But when we get up to the gate here, I'm going to have to shut this off for a minute, but I'll show you the sign for getting to it. But it's kind of deceiving. Once you get to the gate, you go through the gate, you pay to get in. It's $30. I can't believe they jacked up the net park fee. It used to be like 10 or something like that, but now it's $30. But I think I'm going to get a annual pass because I'm sure I'll be back again this year. So I think an annual pass is $80, and I think that's good for any national park. But anyway, when you go through the gate, it's another 40 miles down to the campground and the boat ramps. So when we get up here towards the gate, I'll turn it back on for a minute, but it's all Everglades. It's really neat. They got a lot of trails, and as you get further down, there's places you can put kayaks in or canoes. Hell's Bay is one of them. The place where I'm going to try today is Westlake. I do have my camper with me. I'm going to spend the night, and I might try a place called Snakebite tomorrow, depending on the wind. Now, these next 2 days is supposed to be almost no wind, beautiful. Friday, today's Wednesday. Friday, winds are supposed to, I guess there's a front coming, but winds are supposed to turn out of the north and go to 20, which I was going to wait and go another day or two later, but the whole weekend's going to be really nasty, so I'm not going to do that. But anyway, when I get up to the gate, I'll let you know. We're coming up to the gate now. I hope I turn that on in time for it. It's a big rock with a sign saying Everglades National Park. There's another sign coming up here, and it's for a visitor center, which out of all the years we've been here and been coming here, I've never stopped at. But I guess it's good tourist stuff, but it's supposed to be pretty neat. As far as to teach you all about the Everglades and this park in particular. The road's pretty bad though. But that's the building there, and I guess they have tours you can go on. When you get down towards the boat ramp, they've got tours you can go on as far as boat rides, Everglades tours, which take you out into the glades, which it's kind of deceiving, the glades, but it's mostly salt water down that way, or brackish. But it's pretty neat. I've never been on them. Here's the front gate coming up. I'm gonna have to shut this thing off so that way I can talk to them and pay my admission in. So we'll see you in a minute. Well, going through that gate was pretty quick. They must be federal employees, because it's only like 10 minutes to 8 and there was nobody at the gate, which is okay. I was going to pay for the year pass, but oh well. I'll be down here for a couple days. Here's it's like a 2-lane road going in. I think it's 55 mile an hour. Looks like all little stakes on the side and stuff. Looks like they're actually going to maybe repave this. I'm not going to say it's in bad shape, but it needs to be repaved. But you can see all the sawgrass up here. I'm further north. Most of this is all fresh water, and with the trees and stuff. Now, I've seen deer and stuff in here, but as you get further south, it gets into marshy stuff, and this guy parked on the side of the road there. But up at the north end up here, there's what's called Lone Pine, I think. There's a campground up here. No, Royal Palm Gumbo Limbo Trail. There's trails, hiking trails all through this. But there is a campground up here. And I guess if you're bird watching or going walking on trails, it's good. But it's so far away from, like I say, it's another 40 miles down to the end of this. So the other campground is, I would say, is better. It's got full hookups and all that. But there's a big asterisk on that. We was here 4 or 5 months ago, maybe, and maybe not even that long. But I guess the state or the government contracted out the maintenance of the park, of the campground, and they had 40 sites with power pedestals. I don't know if it's from the hurricane or what it was, but only 9 of them actually had the tops on them to where you could plug in. But they were still renting them as if they were there, which was really misleading. Also, by being contracted, the thing ain't being taken care of. It was horrible last time I was there. Grass was up to your knees. I mean, it was horrible. It's really a shame for, your pay taxes and stuff. I know everything is higher, but you hopefully get what you pay for. But I was really, really saddened by the shape of the park. But oh well, it is what it is, and I guess that's what everything goes to. But there's a contractor that runs all the little store down here. It runs everything. As a matter of fact, you don't even go through the National Park System website to make a reservation anymore. That's all contracted out, and you got to go to an off-site, and it took me a while to find it. But just for this park, I guess. I'm not sure if the rest of them are the same way, but I don't know. So anyway, you could see up here, like I say, still a 2-lane road, the trees and stuff, and this is about how it is all the way down. Like I say, when you get further closer to the water, I want to say west or something, it's hard telling which way. We're going west now, but you'll start seeing a lot of sloughs, and it'll start getting into brackish water. So when I get back down that way, when I get to the where I'm going to fish, it's called a place called West Lake, and we'll go ahead and turn this back on and show you what's going on. Well, here what I'm going to be making, and hopefully some more videos about. Here's my rig, my truck, my camper, and there's more stuff on this kayak than you can imagine, but anyway, I'm not going to get into all that, how it's rigged or whatever. Everybody's got their own ways of doing stuff. But anyway, here I'm at West Lake, which it goes out over here. I'll show you on the map, or I already did. But and it goes a little pond there, and it goes back out that way. So let me get this. I got to change clothes and walk this thing down to the water, and we'll start fishing. I don't know, what time is it? 9:15. So yeah, 9:30 I'll be in the water. Not too bad. Well, I'm out here on West Lake. Been about an hour now, casting, but no hits. That's with the top water. With this white gulp, I usually do good at Chokoloskee. It bounces off the bottom, but the problem is this is all, like, I don't know about grass, but weed, moss, and it just picks everything up. You can see over here, let me turn around this way without moving the camera around, but trees all over the bank. You would think it would hold snook or something, but I guess all that, it looks like it might be from storm damage, hurricane stuff. But this is a big place. Let me spin around. A lot bigger than I thought. I never knew this was out here. Almost like a small ocean out here. What I was going to do today, yeah, it goes all the way around, but what I was going to do today is just go around the whole shoreline. But I don't know if I'm going to get the whole day, but of course it's only 10:30 now. Tide's real low. I had to break out the paddle a couple times. For whatever reason, my depth finder had quit working. It won't come on. Like the battery's dead. I know I just charged it up last night though. I don't know. Always something. But so I'm going to keep on trying and pitching, and yeah, I would think there'd be something in these logs, snook or something, but water's kind of dirty. As we get back over that way some more, I think there's an opening that goes out a channel or something. Maybe the water's a little cleaner over there. So let me work my way around and see if we can come up with anything. If I get any hits or something, then that's a good thing, but just get something to pop at the baits. But we'll try it, and if I get something, then I'll turn this thing back on. Well, as you can see, the wind kicked up a lot more than they said it was going to. They said it was going to be like 6 to 8 mile an hour. Well, it's probably 15. You can see there's up to at least 1 foot to 2 foot chop across this. I'm going to try and get to that other side, maybe be out of the wind a little bit more, and then work my way back. This is the way at the far end, over this way. But the tide's super low. I don't know if the wind's affecting it. Pretty much the entire day until I got out here, I've been flutter kicking it almost all day because it's so shallow and it's all weed. There's no sand bottom, and even trying to put the power pole down, it would go 6 foot down and really never even hit the bottom. So it's really soft. You could never walk on it. But I'm going to try and get up here to this other side and get out of the wind. I don't know, you might be able to be picking that wind up on that microphone. Well, that was a long paddle. Oh man, it was way over a mile into the wind, that chop. This side's nice and calm though, so a little bit of a breeze behind me. The land's blocking most of it, but I'm just going to ease along this whole shoreline and be able to go with the wind some and pitch. I don't know, we'll see what this side looks like. Probably have to stick with that top water. I'll try the other one to see how bad the weed is, but we'll see. Okay, I turned you around. I don't know if you can see it over here. It's about a 4 or 5 foot gator. I pitched my lure up in there and was dragging it back, and that sucker come 100 miles an hour. I had to beat the water with the rod to stop him. Yeah, look at him back up in there. I don't know if you can see him, but he's getting back towards into the trees there. I mean, he come 100 miles an hour after that lure. Thinking, what in the world? I thought it was an iguana at first, but no, it's a big iguana. He's easing back up in there. That's a gator, but there are crocs in here too that don't play. So, yeah, we've seen some big crocs in here. And I don't know about this body of water, but obviously they're in here. Yeah, that sucker come bolting out there. Eee. Well, let's see, it's 2:15. Since the alligator incident, I had one hit. Looked like a small snook or something, but that's it. This water is super shallow. I've been having to short pump it to get out of a lot of it. I'm out here now, but water's dirty, and I think I'm gonna head back. I got a long way to go. I can see where there's a dock way up there. There's at least another mile or more, and that's back to the right of that's where the ramp's at. I don't see nothing going on with all this wood in the water, and you would think there'd be snook or something in there, but I'm noticing there's a green moss that actually looks like fuzz or something. I don't know what, but like a wet knit or something, and it's on everything. It's the bottom. I can't see that it'd be a good fishery for anything really. Alright, when you finally get into Flamingo, say it's 40 miles, you'll come across the speed limit will drop in a little pink building, but you go back here, ooh, trees up there. This is the first boat ramp you get to. Building up here, they finally rebuilt it all. There's a fish cleaning area in there, and I don't know if the storm took it out or what happened to it. We'd come down there a lot, but not a lot, but we come out there quite a bit with the flats boat. But they have up here where you can actually rent kayaks like you see there. Wasn't that long ago. There was right here somewhere. I don't see none now, but it used to be right up by this wall at the end of here, this ramp. There was the biggest croc all sitting there like you wouldn't believe. I mean, that thing was huge. But I don't see him. I know somebody said one of them had died. It was old. It's been there forever. But he used to sit out here all the time. Now up further, maybe later on I'll come back and walk down there. There's usually crocs going. There's a I can't think of what it is now. A lock up there that opens. Well, it don't ever open. I've never seen it open. But this ramp is just for going on the inside. Whitewater Bay, Shark River, that kind of thing. But here's houseboats you can rent. Maybe them pontoon boats too. Now I just seen something here. We'll come back around, but right in front of us now is a little store. You can get that. You know, they don't have a lot of stuff, but you can get some stuff and fuel. But I'm looking out at that water out there going outside, and it's like white, which means it's stirred up pretty bad, real sandy, like in here almost. Here's the boat ramps going for the outside, go around Cape Sable and all over the place. But you can see the color of that water, and I don't know if you can look out there, but that water out there looks even worse. Coming up to the campground, we headed a little further west from them last ramps that go to them. You can rent them. I think they're all furnished. They're pretty nice inside actually, but that I know of, they're kind of a little pricey, but you know, it just depends. But they're pretty cool though. Okay, I come down and checked into the campground. I'm a loop, I think it is, but this whole area here, it's a big campground. This area here is mainly for tents. There's no hookups, power, or water. They do have bathrooms and showers over there though, but it's only like $25 a night. So this time of year it's not so bad. Once it starts warming up, and it's summertime, you can't come down here at all pretty much, you know, if you plug in and have AC, but the mosquitoes will just carry you away. I've already noticed there's some out there now, but it's warming up. So tonight's only getting to get down to about 70. Hopefully, not that I want this breeze to keep going, but it'd be nice for sleeping. So it's doing pretty good now. I fished that West Lake today, and for one thing, the wind was a lot higher than what they were saying. They was only saying like 6 miles an hour, but as you've seen, the water was pretty choppy. When it's choppy, you can't see in it. It was real dirty, and I was running the ground a lot. So I'm not sure what the tides are in there, but it was all some nasty mossy type. It wasn't grass like I'm used to fishing. It was real nasty in there. So I get till about, I don't know, 2:30, something like that. I finally said, that's it, I'm heading on. But here at the campground now, we've stayed at the other part. They do have some that have hookups, and I'm really glad to see that there's probably because there's a lot of people using it, but they're actually keeping it up. Last time we was here, the grass was up to your knees. They have a contractor, and obviously he wasn't doing his job. So, but it looks pretty good now, and I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow if this wind keeps up. You see what that bay look like. Usually it's a darker color. When it's real white looking or real light blue, or it's stirred up pretty good. It's a sand bottom, and it's stirred up. I'm not sure if I'm going to go out that way or not, like I was wanting to at Snakebite. I have to go outside and go around, and if the wind's blowing out east, I'll be right in it the whole way. It's not like I've got a boat to where I can run inside or, you know, around the state and go around, but can't do that with that kayak. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do in the morning. I have to see what the wind's looking like. I was wanting to try snakebite, but there's pretty good redfish, some trout. Not sure. Well, good morning. Well, it's let's see, about 9:30. A little late. I got up a little late. Well, I didn't get up. I mean, kids in the tent next door, right at, it wasn't even light out and they was awake. But anyway, which really comes to this, I was waiting on to see what the wind was going to do. Wind is real light this morning. As you can see, though, it's pretty cloudy. I'm put in to go on the outside, but maybe also, as you can see, it's dead low tide. I mean, right now I think it's low tide, which I had planned on going out around this point and cutting around there off that flat. But we get around there, I already kind of looked, I walked down to by the seawall. It's nothing but mud. So I'm gonna have to go way out off the channel. And it's gonna be like that for a while. I mean, it'll be 3 hours before I can get enough water to get inside there where I want to go. Well, I just passed a guy back here in another kayak. Wow, water's really low here. It's a foot maybe to where I can't even pedal in it. But he is back there where he's at is pretty much the end of the channel. I was going to try and get away from him, but he's caught a bunch of snook and reds and trout, and I was kind of hoping that I could get up away from him some and get up here some, but the water's really shallow. I can see the bottom now. Nice trout. There we go. Well, how about that? I finally caught one. Not too bad. Let me get him out here. I think he might be short though. Oh, right at my chute. Great, that'll be a nice slime chute here. Oh, he's short. What is it? 14. Oh well. Could be more. There you go, buddy. Alright, I'm kind of something up in the water up here. had some rain go by, and I had to put the camera away for a while. But as you can see up in the water, they look like manatee up here. I'm going to try and sneak up in them, if you can see them. I think that's what they are, is manatee. Whether they're feeding in here, there's like 4 of them. See the tails? Water's pretty shallow. Yeah, there's quite a few of them in here. They're all in this one spot. Not sure what they're doing, feeding or something. Pretty cool. Yep, they're manatees. Over there, one going up to the other one. I'm not sure. They've been in this one spot for a while. I come up on them. I don't know. I don't want to get right on top of them, so looks like they may have seen me. Wow, that was good. I thought they left, so I just eased on past them about where they, not where they were, but around them. And I seen a little bit of mud kick up, and then all of a sudden, ooh, there's some under me now. Need to get out of here. A big one come up and almost turned the kayak over. Hey, that wouldn't have been good. I mean, I think 1 or 2 of them spooked them and actually almost turned the kayak over. It raised it out of the water, and I was almost over. Hey, life out here, right? Oh well, let's see if we can't find some fish somewhere. I don't know. Looks like the wind is calming down a little bit. Like I say before, it picked up quite a bit. Rain come through a little bit. I put the camera away. All right, let's see what we got here. A little bitty snook, looks like. I changed up my bait a little bit. All right, I'm not sure if you can see this or not, but the wind's kicked up pretty good. Look at that water. It's like a lime pit. This is the main problem with fishing flamingo. That's why we always fish inside. It's going on 1 o'clock. I caught a couple small snook and a trout. A lot of people up here. There's a channel right here. And all these boats are right along that channel anchored up. I don't know if they're fishing for. Some guys are out in that flat poling, but But you can see how dirty this water is, and it doesn't take but a breath of wind to kick it up. They were saying 5-6 mile an hour today. It's 10 to 15 easy. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm maybe head back in some while I can still get through. That channel I was in this morning, once the water come in, I was able to get through that flat, and that's where the manatee was. But anyway, I don't know, I may put the power pole down every now and again and just pitch some baits and see if I can't you know, hook up on something blind out there. But oh well. Anyway, if I get something, I'll let you know. Well, I'm back home. It's the next day. It rained all the way home, that front coming through. That's why I didn't stay any longer, but really I didn't need to stay any longer. As far as an overall summary of the trip, I would have to say Flamingo is really not conducive for kayak fishing. You have to go a long way. You're really subject to water conditions out there. And when I was on the inside at that West Lake, I had talked to a biologist or a park worker, a ranger or something there, and I was telling him about what I thought was a gator, and he left and he shook his head and says, no, there's no gators in there, that was a croc. And the reason why it was so aggressive is because it's mating season and I was a threat. So I was kind of wondering about that, but I had my thoughts, but he guaranteed, he says, no, that was a croc. So about a 5-footer. Luckily it wasn't no bigger, because I sure didn't need to fight off a croc. But anyway, on the inside there, it was real weedy, and he said, no, it's not a really good place for fishing, which, well, I know now. You know, I mean, I was going by that chart, and that's all you can go by right now. But if you do fish the outside, from what I found, fish it at almost low tide or going down, pretty close to low tide. Right out the front, if you go out the channel, go to the left, there's a deep channel that goes, I don't know, a block or two, and it goes to an old wooden dock that's fallen down. Maybe you've seen that in there. It turns out to where they dug that channel, and when the tide's out, you see it was all mud flat. Fish got nowhere else to go. Well, for me, I didn't put 2 and 2 together for that. I talked to the other guy that had really, he limited out on trout and redfish in there. So after he left, I went back where he was, but it was already too late. The water was coming in, and once it floods the flat, then the fish are gone. So if you're going to fish that, do it at low tide or close to it, and fish the deeper channels going in and out. Even when I went over to Snakebite, all the boats were lined up along the channel, and that's why, because they couldn't get in there. Would I recommend it? No, I would strongly say if you want to fish that kind of stuff, fish Chokoloskee. Not bad mouthing it. It's great in a flats boat. We take our flats boat there, it's great. So, but you run a long way with it. So that's, for kayak, not really. But to end this, it was a pretty good trip. As you can see, my nose is a little burnt. I need to probably put some sunblock on, and my feet, I'm going to need to get me some booties to wear. But other than that, you know, you learn. That's what you learn. So next trip, maybe we'll go up somewhere, you know, up the coast a little bit more on the East Coast, and try something like that. So, I mean, I got a few spots I want to try. Again, I don't want to do the West Coast at all. Not that it's not good fishing, but FWC just put a notice out saying that now, because of red tide, you can't keep anything until maybe next year sometime, which is really, I just, it's hard to believe that. I mean, red tide's been going on forever, but yet if you're a guide or a commercial, yeah, no problem, go ahead, keep fishing. So I don't agree with that, but I don't have a say in it. So anyway, so I just want to cut this off, and I'll have to put this video all together and put it out. And if you got any comments, let me know. You know, if places to try, you know, I'm open up there, like I say, a couple days here and there. I'm gonna go up the East Coast and try and get up towards Mosquito Lagoon and a few of them places. But until then, be safe, and you know, try what you can do and let me know how you do. Thanks.